we are going to be talking about forgiveness. By the end of the program, you will have some strategies to connect to this quality that is already within you.
Hi, I'm Jessica and I'm here today with Jenny, and we're both practicing this Sahaja Yoga meditation, and we're going to share with you our experiences.
So Jess, what do you think is the relationship between Easter and forgiveness?
Well, in the subtle system that we have 7 energy centers called as chakras, and at this Easter time, it's focused around this 6th energy chakra, which is just here on our forehead. And we believe in Sahaja Yoga that there's different deities on these chakras. So on the Agnya chakra, we have Christ is seated there. And Christ is also, one of his great teachings was forgiveness, which is also the quality of the Agnya chakra.
So Jess just mentioned about the Agnya chakra. I've got behind me here a diagram of the subtle system. So within the subtle system, we have 7 chakras, and they go up our spine. Now, each of these chakras have their own quality. So if we start at the bottom of the spine, the Mooladhara Chakra, the quality is innocence. Then we move up, creativity, peace, love and compassion, collectivity, and as Jessica's already mentioned, the Agnya chakra, the quality is forgiveness. Here at the Sahasrara, all the qualities come together. When we meditate, one of the main purposes of meditating is to connect us to these qualities. So our meditation has a spiritual purpose. Now, how does this happen? At the base of the spine, we have an energy called the Kundalini. The Kundalini is a very gentle, loving, mothering energy. And she's like our own spiritual mother. She knows everything about us, and she really wants the very best for us. So with Sahaja Yoga meditation, this Kundalini is awakened through a process called self-realization. When the Kundalini is awakened, she comes up the spine and she pierces through each of these chakras or energy centers. As she passes through the energy centers, we begin to connect to those qualities. So as we meditate, those qualities become stronger, or our connection to those qualities become much stronger, so that we're able to experience these qualities in our everyday life. So I mentioned the word realization. What that is the connection of your own spiritual power, your Kundalini, with the power that surrounds us, the power of the Mother Earth, the power of Mother Nature, the power that makes the trees grow and the flowers bloom. Now, this is a very simple process, and Jessica's going to take us through that now.
Thank you, Jenny. So I just wanted to briefly mention also, just thinking about that connection between Easter and meditation. We have, Christ, he took his second birth when he was resurrected, which is the whole meaning about Easter. And again, we give eggs for the symbolism of the second birth. So first it's born as an egg, then the bird hatches and has its second birth as a bird. And when we get our self-realization, in a way, that is, for us as a human being, our second birth, because first we have our human birth. And when we get our self-realization, we're actually experiencing what we could say is our spiritual birth, because the Kundalini energy, she's becoming awakened inside of us. And it's a very simple technique to awaken this energy. We can just keep our hands open and relaxed on our lap. And we can start by using our right hand. And we're going to start working on the left side of our body. So the right hand represents action and the left side represents desire. So first put our hand on our heart. We're going to say different affirmations at different centers in the body. I'll just show you first. Then we put the hand here. We can say that's the left part of your stomach or just under your rib cage on the left hand side. Then we're going to bring the hand down onto your left hip. And again, every time we move our hand, we're going to say some affirmations on these different energy centers. Then we raise our hand back onto the left part of our stomach. Then we raise the hand onto our heart. Then we're going to place our hand here on our shoulder. Then we'll place our hand on our forehead. Then on the back of our head and just slightly tip our head back. And finally, we're going to stretch the palm of the hand and place it on top of our head. And on the top of our head, we have one energy center called the Sahasrara, or the seventh energy center. And on our hand, the palm here, we also have the 7 energy centers. So we're going to try to put this energy center on the hand, on top of your head, and rotate this place 7 times. This is actually where your fontanelle bone was or is, and when it was soft as a child. I'm just going to massage it 7 times. So let's all now try this exercise. It takes just a few minutes. We can just close our eyes. We can just take a deep, slow breath. Now let us place our right hand on our heart. And just quietly inside of yourself, you can just ask the question. And we're going to address this Kundalini energy, this mothering energy within us. And we're going to ask a question. Mother, am I the spirit? Mother, am I the spirit? We can ask this question once, twice, thrice. It doesn't really matter. Then we can move our hand down just to the left part of your stomach, just beneath your rib cage. And we're going to ask the question, Mother, am I my own master? Again, you can say it as many times as you feel like saying, Mother, am I my own master? And then we can move our hand down onto our left hip. And this is the point where this Kundalini energy, she starts to rise. So here we can ask the question, Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. This Kundalini energy, she contains all the knowledge, everything about you, everything about the universe, about the world, everything she contains. So here we can ask the question, Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. We can say that this Kundalini energy is the master of all this knowledge of the chakras and Sahaja Yoga. Then we can raise the hand back onto the left part of your stomach. And now with full confidence in yourself, you can just say, Mother, I am my own master. Mother, I am my own master. Then we can raise our hand back onto our heart. And here we can say, Mother, I am the spirit. I'm not this body, I'm not this mind. I'm not these emotions which come and go, which fluctuate. I'm just the pure spirit. Then we can raise our hand onto our neck. Where the neck and the shoulder are joining, we can just turn our head to the side. And here we can say, Mother, I'm not guilty at all. I'm not guilty at all. And you can just say that as many times as you feel like saying. Such a relief to say that out loud. Mother, I'm not guilty at all. And now we can just place our hands across our forehead and slightly tip your forehead down. And again, you can say as many times as you feel like saying, I forgive. I forgive absolutely everybody, and I forgive myself. I forgive. You don't have to think about a certain person or keep a certain situation in your mind. Just generally, just in a very general sense, we can just say, I forgive absolutely everybody. I forgive. And now we can place our hand on the back of our head and slightly push our head back. And here we only have to say one time. And here we really address this energy inside of us that, Mother, if I have made any mistakes against my spirit, please forgive me. And now finally we can stretch the palm of our hand and place it on top of our head. And we can massage this fontanelle bone 7 times. And this is a place where you really have to desire with all your heart for this experience of self-realization to happen. And here we can ask the question 7 times. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Please give me my self-realization. And after you've asked that question 7 times, you can just place your hand back down on your lap again. And now the focus of our meditation is to be thoughtless. And just to keep our attention above our head, we're just going to focus our attention on that place just above our head. And if any thoughts come into your mind, you can just say, not this thought. Or you can say, thoughtless. And we can just take 1 or 2 minutes just to experience this thoughtless awareness experience. You don't always understand that, even you don't always know that you're angry, or you don't might not realize that.
Move towards forgiveness.
Actually, I think when we're not meditating, we don't always clearly see ourselves, and we don't always understand ourselves. And when I started meditation, I was only 15. And I think when you're young, or at least for myself, I wasn't so aware of what kind of person I was. Excuse me. I don't have coronavirus, just to say that. And when I actually started meditating, I started to see a bit more clearer, like what kind of person I was and what kind of things I was going through. And I was actually, when I came to Sahaja Yoga, I had quite a challenging situation with my own family and my own parents. And I had a lot of anger actually built up against my family because of being very traumatic. And as a teenager, you don't always understand that, even you don't always know that you're angry, or you don't might not realize that you have these bad feelings towards somebody. But through the meditation, you know, in a way your hands they don't lie, or this meditation doesn't lie. So when you're meditating, you start to actually feel on your fingertips if there is a blockage or if there is something wrong. And when I'm meditating, I realize, like, oh, I keep getting stuck at this Agnya chakra. There's some block, you know, you start to feel it actually on your fingertips. I could actually feel this finger here. You know, there was heat and tingling. And then actually someone said, oh, if you're angry at someone, or if you don't forgive, you get caught up on this Agnya chakra. So through Sahaja Yoga, you know, you actually start to see things about yourself. And that was a very introspective moment for me, where I had to actually think, okay, what is it that I'm actually, you know, getting blocked on, if that answers the question.
Yes, and I have found through my own personal experience that it's a process. And it's a process that really goes beyond your mind. It really comes from another place, comes from your heart or from your spirit. And at the beginning, when you put your attention on a particular something that's happened in your life, or someone or a person that you find difficult, sometimes it's difficult to even say the words, I forgive. But after a while, the more you meditate, you realize that you can move towards forgiveness. And also, not only can you move towards forgiveness, but it's actually, when you do forgive, it's a gift for yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that all these affirmations that we say, like, I am the spirit, I am my own master, I forgive, all these things that we are saying, actually, they're like it's like a desire, like we want to be our own master. We want to be the pure spirit. We want to be a forgiving person. We want to be a loving person. But it doesn't mean that the first time we meditate, we are going to be this amazing, spiritually deep, forgiving, generous, loving, holy person. But it's just a beginning of a very long journey, of a long spiritual journey. And before I started Sahaja Yoga, like, I had no clue that this spiritual life even existed, to be honest. I really wasn't even aware that we had a kundalini or chakras. And this Sahaja Yoga really opened up like a whole new world for me. And even the idea that you could forgive someone was actually quite a revelation.
I know in many of Shri Mataji's talks, she speaks about forgiveness. And in one very memorable quote that she makes is she talks about forgiveness being our own weapon. And when I first started meditating, I found it really hard to understand what that actually means. But when you forgive someone, it's really that person can't hurt you anymore. So in a way,
So true.
it is your own weapon that you're able to make that break from the past and what you perceive someone has done, or what wrong you perceive they've done, and you're able to move forward much more freely. So it's certainly, forgiveness is definitely a gift to ourselves.
Absolutely.
So what we might do now is we might do a second meditation where we focus on this quality of forgiveness. So, joining it at home, once more you can place your hands out on your lap. If you need to bring your attention up beyond your thoughts, you can just use your right hand and just very slowly and with your attention, move your attention up to your Kundalini, so it goes beyond your thoughts. And you can do this at home. It's a very effective method of going beyond your thoughts and connecting to that silence within you. Now for this meditation, we're going to work on 2 chakras. We're going to work on our Mooladhara Chakra, which is the quality of innocence and wisdom. And we're going to work on the Agnya chakra, which is our quality of humility and forgiveness. Now, we're working on the Mooladhara because without those qualities of innocence and wisdom, we can't forgive. So those chakras work very closely together. So when you're ready, you can close your eyes. And we're going to start by placing our attention at the base of the spine, on the Mooladhara Chakra. So here we can say, Mother Kundalini, please connect me to the qualities of innocence and wisdom within me. May my words, my thoughts, my actions always be innocent and wise. We can now use our right hand again to sweep along the front of the body, and then place our hand across our forehead, across this Agnya chakra. And we can simply cradle our head in our hand. And here from our heart, we can repeat, I forgive. I forgive. I forgive. Or if you find this difficult, you can say, please help me to forgive. Help me to move towards forgiveness. And as we said before, there is no need to think about any particular person or any particular time, but just repeat from your heart, I forgive. Mother Kundalini, please establish the quality of humility within me so that I can forgive others, just as I would like to be forgiven. We can also use this power within us, this power of forgiveness, to go into thoughtless awareness. We can simply say, Mother Kundalini, I forgive my thoughts. I forgive everyone. And I forgive myself. Now we're going to take our attention beyond our Agnya chakra to our Sahasrara. So once again, we'll place the palm of our right hand at the top of our head. And bring your attention to this point, beyond your thoughts, beyond your memories, beyond your plans. Centimeters. And take your attention to where your hand is. And placing your hand back down into your lap, we'll sit in thoughtless awareness. Once again, if you're having thoughts, you can simply say, I forgive. I forgive my thoughts. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. All this knowledge comes from the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Shri Mataji Mooladhara. And since 1970, when Shri Mataji founded Sahaja Yoga, she has given many talks. Many talks that help us to know ourselves better and help us to know the powers that we have within us. One of the topics of many of her talks has been forgiveness. So we're going to play a talk now from Easter 2008. It's a talk that Shri Mataji gave in the later part of her life, where she speaks about this power that we have.
Otherwise, it's a very important day today for all of us, because you know how Christ died. He was crucified, he was put on the cross, and he died. Wonderful the way he said, about you people. He asked for forgiveness from God. What we have to learn from his life is the way he knew how to forgive all of us. We have to also forgive people. That seems to be very difficult for people to forgive. And if they are angry, they are angry. They cannot forgive. Then you have no more surgeries. Surgeries must forgive. It's very important. Because that is the power you have got from Christ to forgive. Human beings make mistakes. That is a part of their life. But at the same time, as surgery, you must remember that you have to forgive. That is much more important than getting angry. So to forgive people for doing something wrong according to you or according to God, you have to forgive. And you will be surprised that forgiveness is such a great satisfying quality. If you can forgive people, we become extremely pure. Because the dirt or the anger that is being there goes out. So to forgive is the biggest blessing human beings have. Even Christ said the same thing. They forgive them because they don't know what they are doing. So if Christ had to say, so what about you? We are ordinary human beings. And if we have done mistakes, people can get angry and upset with you. But the best thing for you is to forgive. Forgive for doing something that should not have been done. This was the biggest quality of Christ, that he knew how to forgive. And he forgave people who had made horrible mistakes. Still he forgave them because he loved them. And that is what we should also forgive. Today is a special day for that. Special day for forgiveness. And that is why I said, whatever you may think, it's very late, but we'll have a meeting. Because I didn't want to miss the time. Forgiveness comes by people who are very generous, who are good-hearted. Everybody makes mistakes, and so we can also make mistakes. But that means we have a right to forgive, and we have a heart to forgive. If we don't have them, we are not serving. We must learn to forgive, and forgive without any remark behind it. Today is a very special day because that's what Christ did. He was one of the most powerful deities or God, as we can say. What for? He could do anything. He could punish them, all of them, for misbehaving. But what did he say? He said, I forgive. And he asked God also to forgive. So, whatever may be your powers, whatever you might have achieved in your life, whatever position you might be occupying, but you must learn the way to forgive. Otherwise you are nowhere nearby. You must learn to forgive. That's a very great quality. If you can forgive, all the time forgive. And that's why today I wanted to meet you all. So I wanted to meet you all and tell you that today is a day to forgive. That doesn't mean you sit down and think, oh, how many people you have to forgive. That would be absurd. But something that haunts your mind. And you think you have been troubled and you have been put to trouble. Then just think that you don't know how many powers you have and you can't even forgive. When you have got all these powers, the greatest power you have got is to forgive. And today is the day of forgiving. Forgiving people whom you think they have done wrong to, or they have been unkind to. Please try to remember how many you are still angry. Just forgive them. Then you have punished them. If you forgive them from your heart, then you have punished them. You have given them back whatever they wanted, they deserved. So this is not a very difficult thing to forgive. But people think it's very difficult to forgive because they have certain great understandings about themselves. And then they think, how can they forgive? I don't know what things upset you. Anything can upset you. After all, you are all realized souls. You have got your second birth. And you are special people. So you should have a special quality. And the special quality is to forgive. To forgive. Not to go on remembering on what things you should be angry and you should be upset. But just to remember what things you have to forgive. Just forgive. For what? Is practical thing. Most practical. Supposing somebody stabs me, alright. If somebody stabs me, what should I do? I should stab him back. then I should ask him, why did you slap him? Then I should think, he must be stupid fool to do like that. Even that won't happen. On the contrary, if you can just forgive that person who has done something wrong for you, which is important, that you must forgive, because has no effect. Once you forgive, it will have no effect on you, your goodness, your righteousness. But I think human beings find it difficult to forgive. Normally. But you are all realized fools. You are not only human beings. That's why I'm requesting you. That remember you have a power to forgive. To forgive everyone who hurts you, who tortures you, who troubles you. How far can he go? Just think of forgiving. And you'll be amazed. He will change. He will change, and you will also enjoy yourself. It's a difficult thing for people to understand. But just try. Just try what I'm saying. If somebody does any harm to you, just forgive that person and see the reaction. Reaction in that person and in yourself. What happens? But if you want to carry the burden of anger or stupidity, whatever it is, then you are unnecessarily loaded with useless things. We should not waste our energy on deciding what's wrong, what did he do, and what you should do today. That we should not. Just leave him alone. And you just forgive, say that I forgive. Look at Christ, such a powerful person, such a powerful God. And when he was crucified, how he asked for forgiveness for them. Why did he do it? Because that has power. Saying, forgive, it's very powerful. You don't lose your power, but on the contrary, you go higher in your power. You go higher in your personality. Just forgive. As simple as that. To say that I forgive. Just like that. That's how I live. Because people have their own whims and they do whatever they like. But I don't get angry on that point. And I'm not upset on that point. Neither am concerned. I just say, I forgive. That's all. And you'll be amazed within myself. It so helps so much. Really very helpful. So this is a very big quality for which today is a special day. On the cross, Christ said that, "Oh God, forgive them because they don't know what they are doing." On the cross, where he was alive, he said this. And what we have to learn is to forgive. For our sake, not for others. This helps us. If we forgive, this will help us very much within ourselves. This is the message for today and permanent. Permanent. Always, if you are angry with anyone, just say, "I forgive." If you find somebody hurting you or drugging you or torturing you, how will you overcome it? Just forgive. Just forgive. This is the only way. Today, that's why it's a very important day for us. And I am so very happy there are all of us are here and that I can speak to you. Thank you.
So thank you everyone for joining us today, and I hope everyone enjoyed this little meditation with us. And it was a big pleasure and a big joy for us to be able to share it with you today, especially during this time of this coronavirus situation, when we are all locked up in our own, little houses in our own worlds. It's nice to be able to kind of connect through these virtual situations. And if you do have any more questions, or you're interested to find out more about Sahaja Yoga, we do have a website. So please feel free to go on the website and have a look. It's freemeditation.com.au, and we also have classes, but obviously they're on hold at the moment. But all our information is through the freemeditation.com.au, where you can find out more. Thank you so much.
And thank you from me as well. We have these online sessions every Thursday and Sunday. So if you go to the website, you can subscribe to our database and you will be sent information on these sessions. Thanks again.